Hi, so for today's craft, we're going to be making coaches gifts, and these can be customized to any sports theme that you like. I'm just choosing these two because these are my son's baseball teams. And I bought these can coolers off of 143Vinyl. They're like the neoprene stretchy material. And so the first thing I did was measure them. And they lay flat, so it's really easy. I'm just going to make this square into a rectangle that's 3.5 by 4 inches. And I'm going to make this one blue or navy for the Boston Red Sox. I'm just going to copy it and then make this one like that forest green for the Athletics. So to get the logos, I just did a Google search and I found the ones that I thought would look best. And I uploaded it to Cricut Design Space. So for the A's, it was really easy. It already had a transparent background. But for the Boston, if you look to the right on my desktop, it was the wrong colors. So I uploaded it as a cut file. So for the A's, I'm just selecting all and attaching it. And then we can just resize it. Really easy. And if you really want to, you can select both of these and use the align feature. So you can center it and really see how big you want it. So for the B, if you look at my desktop, it came with red with a blue outline, and I really wanted red with a white outline. So we're gonna change this whole thing to white and then use the offset feature to make a, I don't know what you would call it, an inside kind of offset. So we want it just like a thin line around the red. And then now we're just going to select them both and group them. We don't need to attach because we want them to cut on different mats. And then we're just gonna resize it to look good. Yeah, that looks about right. And let's just hide and delete everything that we don't need right now. Okay, so now we can see they're all separated by their colors, and we want to just make sure to hit mirror on all of these mats. Don't want to forget that, that's very important. Okay, so now we're just going to use everyday iron-on as our base material and make sure mirror is on and shiny side is down. And we're just going to cut out these mats. Okay, so I have all of my vinyl weeded out. And I wanted to show you guys something. I just kind of figured this out, I don't know, this past week. But I've had this like little kids light board for a long time. And it's just by Discovery. The brand is Discovery, and it just has like pencils, you know, it's like a tracing light board for kids. I think it was like $20, $25. But I was doing this at nighttime, like weeding in the dark. So I brought this out and it just is so good. Like, I can't believe I never used this before. I know Cricut, I got the idea because Cricut sells a light board and it's like $50. And I'm like, oh, I have one of those. I actually have a couple. But this one is the best one, I feel like, because it has this like filtering. You can see it maybe. Like the spotted filter for the lights. And that makes it very even. So I already weeded this out, unfortunately. But you can kind of tell, you can see, you would be able to see all the outline of the letters way better. Especially this one, I don't know. I love this vinyl. It's like Siser Easy Weed Stretch. First time I've worked with this, it's so good, but it's very thin and opaque. But yeah, so anyways, about the light board. So all I did was I got some double-sided tape. You can use regular tape, you can use painter's tape, whatever. I just thought it was easy because it was a full sheet, so it was easier to put the double stick tape on the back and just stick it on there and then weed that way. And yeah, this might be my new way of weeding. So just wanted to mention that. and I'll link it down below if I can still find it. It's probably like a couple years old, so if I don't see that one, I'll link a different one. And yeah, I have other ones from like the kids just have other ones, and it only has the lights on the top or on the side, so I don't know if I didn't think those were as good because it was like not even, you know, like if it only had these lights on the sides. Anyways, so that's that. And then one other thing I tried using the mini press and the bigger easy press, and I already did a couple because I have 4 coaches for the Red Sox, 3 for the A's. And the thing about the Siser Easy Weed Stretch is that it's very thin. So like the first one I did, I put it down, I used the mini, and then I put it down and it just stuck on like automatically, and I feel like it shrunk up a little bit. So I was a little worried about that. So I decided to try the Easy Press 2 and just do it like a big heat press. And I just tried a sample again. So I have the mini at medium. I'm thinking maybe I could do like the lowest setting, the lowest heat setting, but I don't know. Shoot. Someone's mowing the lawn. Let me go close the window. Okay, sorry, that was distracting me. It's still kind of loud. But yeah, so I tried both. I tried to, you know how when they say to use the mini, you're supposed to move it around? I just pressed it down and use it like a press. And I think I like that better than using the bigger easy press. I don't know why, but this one came out a little tiny bit wrinkly. You can see right there. I mean, I'm really nitpicking, but this one seems like smoother, and this one seems just a tiny bit more wrinkly. So I think I'm gonna go with the mini. Just gotta be careful. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the next 2. So I just lint roll the side. I'm gonna stick the, and I'm gonna do the white first, and then sticky side down. And I'm gonna use or do the tack method, which is like 1 second for this type of vinyl. And all that is just not pressing it for the full amount for the first layer, and only doing the full amount of time at the last layer. And so for Siser Easy Weed Stretch, it's 320 for 20 seconds, which seems like a lot to me, but because you'll see like this sticks on so fast. Like I'm gonna do it like 1 second and the paper is just gonna like fly off. So let's see, 1 second here, 1 second there, and yeah, the paper is already like off the vinyl. Okay, and I'll do this other one. Also, it's kind of like, it's harder to use the bigger easy press just because you can't see what's going on, you know, you just have to trust that it's staying there. Okay, so 1 second, 1 second. Now we're gonna do the red letters. Just make sure it's centered. Yeah, see, the second layer doesn't want to stick on to the first layer, so it's kind of like I have to hold it. And then also, some of this white is sticking up, or not under this carrier sheet, and you really don't want to put the iron onto the vinyl itself. So this time I'm going to use the parchment. And then since this is our last layer, I'm going to do it for 20 seconds.
Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind.
Okay, so super hot, but yeah, the carrier sheet just pops right off. See, this one looks a little wrinkled right there, so I'm gonna iron that out. Better. I still see it though, but that's what I mean when it just moves around. So that's why I thought doing one press might be better. Maybe I should try it again with the one press. See, I don't want it to move before I get the iron on, you know what I mean? Okay, see if I can, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust it. Okay, so this time I'm going to move the mini press around and see if that's better. Okay, that worked really good. And I find that the neoprene is very durable. And I was a little worried about melting it with the big press, but nothing, it was totally fine. Okay, so that's done. And now I just have the A's. So one thing I did forget to do was preheat it. I always forget that, but it is a very important step because it takes out all the moisture that's in the material, and that's what prevents the vinyl from sticking on well. Usually you do it for like 2 to 5 seconds. So if you do the double stick tape, make sure to take it off before you press. So this is just a single layer design, so super easy. So I'm just going to use the mini press, 20 seconds. That's the one thing I don't like about the mini is you don't know what the temperature is. Unless you have like one of those guns, the temperature guns, like it's so hard to guess. See, I feel like there's some shrinkage because the carrier sheet peels away so easily. And then I can see, like, I mean barely, but just a little hint of shininess around the edge of the letters, which means it did move, you know, that's the glue for the HTV, if that makes sense. Can barely see it really, no one's gonna notice, but if I'm being critical. Okay, so doing the A's. So I don't think I mentioned this before, but I bought these off of 143Vinyl and they were 75 cents each. So cheap, and they had a bunch of different colors, so it's really easy to find the team colors that I needed. And I also bought the Siser Easy Weed Stretch from them also. And I think I had red and white already, but the yellow I had to buy, and I feel like it was $7.50 for a 12 by 2 feet sheet. So super reasonable, super quick and fast project, and I think the coaches will love it. I always see them drinking Miller Lite after the game, so I bought some Miller Lights and I hope they enjoy it. But yeah, so let me know in the comments if you make this for your team or your coaches, and please subscribe and like if you like this video, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so some bonus footage. I got this idea after I finished the project that I could customize this even further and put the coaches' names on the back. And I already have a font that I like to use for sports, I guess, theme things. And it's called LFC Hardball. and I downloaded it from thefont.com, so I'll link that down below. But yeah, so I'm using the light board. It could be brighter so that you could see through, but like this, like I was saying, this vinyl is very matte, and I don't know, it was really hard to see. So even this is helping a little. And I just double-sided tape. Let me do this down here. I put double-sided tape on the back, and then it's very, like the name says, it's easy to read. But you do have to be careful because it could come off. Yeah, from the carrier sheet because it's so stretchy. So even now it's easier to read out the middle pieces. And I forgot my little dispenser thing, or my, what is it called, the kid snack dispenser, and I lost an A piece. Oh no, it's still on there. Okay, so second best thing, using a lint roller. Yeah, this vinyl is very opaque for being so thin. I think I'm gonna really like using this on other things. I'm gonna try this on a shirt next, I think, and see how it compares to the Cricut. So just double checking, making sure there's no little pieces stuck on there. So I'm just gonna leave the double stick tape on there for next time. It'll be better if it's not so sticky. So I have my Easy Press Mini and I set it to the lowest setting. I'm gonna try that this time. See, this one's a little wet because I put the beer in it. Actually, I should preheat this one for sure. And I do want to still lint roll. Okay, I'll do this one last since it doesn't feel wet, but I want to just make sure. So preheat just for a few seconds. I hope they like this. I don't know, when you give gifts to guys, they either seem to like really like it and use it all the time, or they're like, eh, you know. Okay, so the first setting, the lowest temp setting, and I'm gonna do it for 20 seconds. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I used two different approaches, the circling one, and this name fit all the way underneath the press, so I just pressed it down. So can we tell a difference, or is it the same? Same. Actually, this one I feel like I will press it again. Like the way I check is to use my nail, and if it feels like it could come up like this end, I'll redo it. This one's better. I think I'll only do it for like 10 seconds this time. So I'm gonna preheat this one just in case there's any more moisture. So I do like the press down method better. So yeah, the lettering on this one is better. I think it's good. That looks good too. Now just to be safe, I think I will do 10 seconds each on the medium setting. So I just want to make sure, because especially when you do lettering and it has like all these little like sharp corners, those are the parts that come off first. So I probably should just do it on the high setting, but you know, gotta try. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it 20 seconds. Yeah, I think this vinyl, it needs to be on the medium. Because right now it really feels like it's part of the material almost. Like it really melted in there. So yeah, good to know. Medium setting for sure. But yeah, so thanks for joining me again on this little project, and hope you like this, and like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.